Okay, everybody, we just got out of church and we are gonna head over to the Goodwill outlet today. And the girls wanted to help me do a little intro for this video. So Ruby, what would you like to say?
Hi, it's fun being with you guys, and you guys look pretty, and I want to get ears pierced with you again.
She wants to get her ears pierced with you. So I know it's Christmas time, but we're gonna take a little break from Christmas content and give you guys some thrifting content. So, you ready to hit the store?
Sure.
Ready.
Bye. Bye. I found this and this. I'm not sure.
What does it say?
Jesus is the reason for the season.
What is it? Like a candle holder?
Yeah, I can't get it.
But it's stuck. Okay, first I want to start out with this beautiful antique coffee grinder, or maybe antique or vintage, I'm not sure. I searched high and low for the drawer that went in it and I never found it. I was so disappointed, and so I did wind up setting it off to the side so it didn't get totally discarded. Hopefully somebody picked it up that can use it for something. I found these cute little skates. They were pretty dingy, but I thought I could take a magic eraser to them and help them out a little bit. Can anybody tell me what this is? Or what this is? The only thing I can think of is like a jingle dangle. I thought this old phone was cool, but I have no idea if it works, and I don't know, it wasn't in great condition anyway, so it wasn't really worth my time to pick it up. Okay, I thought that this would be so cute for dolls. I didn't wind up getting it just because I'm trying not to pick up just like every tiny little thing I like. However, I did find this little shawl that was made out of real fur for a doll, and I did get it, and I forgot to show you guys. I put a few of these things that I got, including this rug right here, all together. I did pick up this rug, but the girls have already destroyed it, so I'm already taking it out to the trash. And I also picked up these Revereware pans. You guys know that I've been collecting them. However, I got footage of them and then totally forgot to include them in my haul this week. And I also should have picked up this high chair. I need something like this. I have no idea what could have possessed me to leave this behind, but maybe I was just in a hurry or something. I don't know. I am literally kicking myself because I was just talking to Josh last night about how we need one of these. I saw these plates and I had never seen this pattern of false graph before. I thought it was pretty cool. I also loved the glazing on this little pot here. And I thought this coffee mug was cute too, but you guys know I have to be super careful about my coffee mugs these days. I am so excited for this week's haul. Y'all, I have so much. I'm not gonna lie, I've been focusing so much on like Christmas stuff that I've also been thrifting in the background, and I cannot wait to show you guys this stuff that I found. This is gonna be a two-part thrift haul just because there is so much stuff, but I'm also kind of like creating content to kind of last me through the next few weeks because I am going to be taking January off again. I know that some of you guys were with me last year when I did this, and again, I get to go on a trip with my sister this upcoming January. I'm super excited about it, just to be able to let YouTube go to the back burner for an entire month and just focus on our family. I also abstain from any type of buying or selling during the month of January because, you guys, I have to admit, during the other 11 months of the year, I am constantly coming up with ideas. It makes me so excited, but it's also very mentally draining. Also, I've been getting lots of emails from people interested in doing sponsorships, and that takes a lot of energy too. And I want to say thank you to you guys for supporting me with these sponsors. As many of you guys know, YouTube does not pay well at all. And so working with sponsors really helps me to be able to earn what I consider to be like a reasonable living by doing these videos. I know for the last year I've done them for practically nothing, but I'm so thankful to the sponsors for reaching out. But with that, like I said, the emails have just been getting out of control. So as you guys know, I actually had a really difficult October. We had 2 traumatic family events and a ton of stuff going on. I told you guys a few videos ago that I actually had, and I'm not sure if it's this, I'm not a doctor, I think I might have had a panic attack. Basically, I was going room to room and I could not start a task without like bursting into tears because I felt like everything needed my attention all at the same time and I didn't know where to put it. The app Aura actually reached out to me and asked me if I would want to do a partnership with them. I'll show you what the app looks like right here. So just a little bit about Aura. It's a mindfulness and sleep app that's been used by over 7 million people. It's actually also received the Best of Apple award. I was looking through it, and guys, it's basically the Spotify for your mind and soul. It's definitely not a one size fits all. There's so much variety and personalization with hundreds of coaches and therapists and storytellers on there. The stuff that stuck out to me on the app is that there's lots of stuff on like parenting or relationships. There's all kinds of stuff on prayer. There are tracks for music. Josh and I like to use white noise when we sleep, so there's all kinds of like calming sounds and music that you can use to go to sleep. We were playing the classical music in the morning while we got ready for our girls. There's also stuff on there for like gratitude and motivation. It's an intelligent and personalized app. When I checked it out, there was so much on there and really something for everybody. So if you guys are looking to improve your sleep or reduce anxiety or stress, get started for completely free by checking out my link in the description. The first 500 people to do so will get a free trial plus an exclusive 25% off. So for those of you who are interested, I am feeling much better now. Anxiety and stress is not something that is typical in my life, so then when it starts to rear its head, it's really an indicator that something's wrong. I've really just been trying to chill. I've been trying to relax and get these things done when I get them done and just focus on having a peaceful home life. So you guys saw that earlier today we wound up going to the Goodwill outlet, but I've actually been thrifting throughout the month, and so I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what I found both at the outlet and at some other thrift stores. I'm going to try to remember to tell you the prices, but if I don't remember, it's probably because I got them at the outlet, but I'll try to show you in the footage. Okay, so first I'm going to start out with a couple more little Christmas items. I did find this cute little pair of ice skates. I cleaned them up a little bit with a magic eraser. These are actually in Rosie's size, and Rosie loves ice skating. Josh is actually considering trying to put a rink in our backyard. You can actually see it right here. But you see where our pool was, how it's like this big leveled area? Well, Josh has heard about people putting down like tarps and filling it with water and letting that water turn into ice. We'll see if this happens. He just suggested it to me the other day and I was like, okay. Anyway, we got these. I thought that these would be so cute for her to wear, and whenever they are not fitting the girls, we can maybe hang them up in one of their rooms during Christmas time, like maybe with a wreath around them or something like that. I thought that'd be so cute. So I have a couple of like little tiny items here. Rosie found this pin at the outlets and it says, I don't know how well you can see it, but it says, Jesus is the reason for the season. I was on this little vintage tag, which I took off for some reason, but I just thought you guys would want to see that little guy. Our girls love wearing pins for some reason, and like brooches, all that old lady stuff. They just love it. I did find this at Thrift World. I found it for 98 cents, and it's just a little sled with like it's just a little embroidered snowy house with some pine trees on it. I just thought that this would be the cutest ornament for our tree. And last, for our Christmas items, I did find Felicity's Surprise at the Goodwill last week. We collect American Girl books, but I just love all of us snuggling up on the couch every night and reading Christmas stories. And we can usually get through these in about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days with the girls. So I'm trying to do all these Christmas stories. I know that there's some like backlash about American Girl right now, but as far as like the old stuff, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so moving on, I'm gonna go to like kitchenware and crockery. One of my favorite items that I found recently Ooh. So I found this at Thrift World recently, and it is an ironstone gravy boat, would you call it? But I just wanted to give you guys a little close-up so you could see some of the crazing and discoloration in there. You can see that it was $4.98, but it's pretty. It's got this like little green with some, I don't know, what kind of flower is that? Anyway, but I thought it was pretty. I actually don't have any ironstone that looks like this. Try to give you guys a little peek at the bottom. It says Porcelain de Terre, trademark John Edwards, England. So I'm not familiar with this, but if you guys are, tell me a little bit about this. I thought it was really pretty. Maybe I'll have to integrate it into some of like my spring stuff. I did find this little guy at the outlet today. It's just a little copper and brass, I'm guessing like a strainer spoon. I bought this originally thinking that the girls could use it like for their American Girl dolls and stuff. I don't know, would somebody let me know, like what would you use this specifically for? Anyway, I thought it was cute and I didn't want it to go to the landfill, so I picked it up. Next, at Thrift World, I did find this awesome crock. It was $9.98, as you can see. It was so funny too because I was walking through and I remember I went through these aisles, but then I like skipped the last half of an aisle for some reason. Like I got distracted by the girls and I was like, oh, I should just keep going. And I was like, well, what if there was one thing on that aisle that I just could not pass up? I know that that sounds dorky, but I went back and you guys, this was sitting right there. I have never found a bowl like this for, I mean, less than at least $35. And so to find it for $9.98, I was so excited. We actually have been using this already. You probably would have seen it up in our Christmas decor. I keep all of our candy actually in here. I try to keep our candy way up high and out of sight because it's so horrific looking. But the girls still have a lot left over from Halloween, and truthfully we'll probably be using it for some Christmas things, if you know what I mean. Rosie did find this little jar today at the outlet. You guys, it's nothing special, but sometimes I like to put like pills and stuff in these, you know, like whether it's ibuprofen, and just like make a little tag with what it is and when it expires. Like I know that I've talked about this before, but sometimes creating a home that has like a specific aesthetic, it goes down to even like little things like this. You know, if you open our medicine cabinet, I know that we can't get it to look 100%, you know, antique apothecary or anything, but you know, you can start somewhere. And this is where we're starting. Okay, so this is not kitchen and crockery, but I figured I would show you guys something else that's already been on the Christmas video that you guys saw probably. But I did, again at Thrift World, find these little ferns. These were 98 cents each, and I found 2 of them. So I thought that these were so cute to just like tuck in between decor, you know, like they're honestly really lifelike. I've got this one from IKEA, and honestly, the difference between the 2 of them, I feel like these look so much better. I wish that there was some kind of indication of where they're from, but even the pots that they're in, they're like real stoneware pots, like they're really heavy and everything. So I was so excited to find these. These are great to just stick in little areas where you feel like you need a little bit more life in your decor, or it's looking a little bit too static. Okay, so back to kitchen. I actually picked this up last year. It is this little crock that says Grandma's Snacks for VIP Grandchildren. I actually keep our dog treats in this, but I found this last year and I had a friend reach out and she was like, oh my gosh, if you ever sell that, let me know because I would love that. And I was like, all right, sounds great. I wasn't planning on selling it, but then I found the exact same one in the thrift store. And y'all, I was so excited. I brought this home. I took a picture. I sent it to her and I was like, Brend, I found another one. Can you believe it? And I mean, this is like one of my great friends. I was just gonna gift it to her. I was like, I found it for you. Like, here you go. And she was like, again, this is over a year ago. She was like, oh, I don't remember ever saying that I wanted that. I'm like, dude, I literally have a message from you saying that you wanted this if I ever got rid of it. Anyway, apparently now she doesn't want it. And so I have 2 of these. So if you are interested in this, make me an offer, let me know, and I will send this to your house. Sound good? But don't comment below on YouTube. They're a lot more difficult to sort through. If you are interested, reach out on my Instagram at Kristen Khoff and we can figure out how I can get it to you. Okay, and next I found a couple of bottles. I found these both from the Goodwill outlet. This one is a camelback. We've got a couple of these, and I'm not always crazy about pink, but I thought that the flowers that were on it were kind of cute, a little bit kind of earthy-ish, right? I feel like when it comes to these kind of like sippy cups and stuff like that, it's always difficult to get stuff that like really looks nice and natural and works with our decor. As far as little kid stuff, I really try to strike a balance between stuff that I like and I want in my house and stuff that our girls are going to enjoy. So they love this. Rosie has to bring water to school every day, and so she loves this for that. And then also I found this like old school bottle. Again, it weighs like nothing, and Lord knows if we'll use it with our next child, but I just thought it was kind of cool. We always need stuff like this. I bought all glass bottles whenever Rosie was born, and we still have those. Truthfully, I just don't use a whole lot of bottles, and a lot of times when we use them, it's like us bringing them for other people to use them when they're babysitting our kids or something like that. So honestly, there was a few times this year where I ran out, and so anything helps, you know? So these next items are going to completely contradict the last two items that I showed you. Basically, I am trying to move towards non-plastic items. So like I said, Rosie needs to be bringing something to school every day. This was perfect for that. But when it comes to like everyday drinking in our house, I did want to find some like either metal cups or glass cups that were small, you know, more like kid size. And so I did find 3 of these little mason jars. I can show you all 3 here, but these didn't have a price on them. So the lady at the counter charged me 98 cents a piece. Ivy will drop stuff, but truthfully, Rosie and Ruby like don't drop their cups very often. And so I'm not too concerned with them having these glass cups. I do like that they have the lids and whatnot. We have all of this like plastic IKEA stuff that's like kid stuff, but I'm really trying to move towards like serving them on our ceramic dishes as opposed to the plastic, you know, or trying to give them drinks in glass jars as opposed to plastic cups. And I'm not perfect at this, and you guys may still see plastic plates out every once in a while. The thing that's hard is that even though this is a goal of mine, it's not really a goal of Josh's. And so, you know, I mean, you guys who are married, you know how it is. Like sometimes there's something that's really important to you that's not really important to them. And it's not that that makes them a bad person. They just like, it's just not important, you know? And so I'm sure that if he thinks about it, he'll serve them in the ceramic and the glass, but I think he would also be really irritated if I just threw away all of our plastic stuff. So yeah, we'll be working on that. We buy all kinds of practical stuff as well at the thrift store, and so we are like almost out of knives. Thankfully, I was able to use my antique silverware for Thanksgiving, but if I hadn't, like I realized that we only have 4 knives. And so I went to the thrift store and I bought these that mimic the ones that we have. They're not exactly the same, but honestly, sometimes I would rather have a hodgepodge of things and have enough than have a perfectly unified set of silverware that is missing a bunch of pieces. I had this sneaking suspicion that we used to have all of these things, but over the years, I think the girls have been throwing away our silverware. Okay, and my last item for today that I'm gonna show you is actually this rug. I found it at the Goodwill outlet. It's just like a small rug. You may have seen it in our Christmas video. I have it right in front of our front door, but it's made by my favorite rug company, which is called Loloi, and these guys are not sponsored or anything. I wish they would sponsor me, honestly. I love their rugs because they lay super flat, the edges don't curl up, but then I also saw that it is part of the Magnolia Home. So part of me thinks like, does somebody buy this? I don't even know if Magnolia Home can be bought at Target. I think that that's like something you literally have to like order online or buy it from like Waco or something like that. Anyway, I was really excited to find this. I love the muted tones of it, and we needed an entryway rug, and so we've got that there right now. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I wanna say thank you to Aura for sponsoring me today. This has been so fun just to show you guys some of the other stuff that I've been finding over the last month or so, but I do have too much for one video. So I will be doing another video next week. Let's see, next week is Christmas. And so I'll have one more after that before I leave you guys. but it's okay. Anyway, so I'll finish this up then. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week when it's Christmas time. I know I scheduled them out on Sundays. That's just when the most of you are here. And so I am gonna be having this go out on Christmas, but I will, have to look at your comments another day because I'm not going to be looking at comments on Christmas. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me here today, and I'll see you next week.